Hello there, welcome back to Max's Cards and Dice Dugout. This is episode 170, and this time out, we are at Candlestick Park once again in San Francisco, California, for game number 59 of the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Oldtimer Kings King of the Hill tournament, which has the current kings, the 1962 San Francisco Giants, taking on the 1961 Cincinnati Reds. Before we get to the starting lineups, let's take a look at the status of the Hill. The Giants on top at 8-5. They're on a 3-game winning streak. And the Reds, 7-5, are the challengers today. 1961 Tigers on deck with the 1950 Phillies in the hole. All right. Now for the starting lineups. First for the challengers, the visiting 1961 Cincinnati Reds. Leading off at second base, Don Blasingame. Batting second at shortstop, Eddie Casco. Batting third in center field, Vada Pinson. Batting fourth in right field, Frank Robinson. Batting fifth in left field is Wally Post. Batting sixth, third baseman Gene Freeze. Batting seventh, first baseman Gordy Coleman. Batting eighth, catcher John Edwards. And on the mound and batting ninth is Joey J. 1961, he was 21-10 with a 3.53 ERA, 247 innings pitched. He is a number one hitting pitcher and gets that card. A lot of power on this Reds team. Defensively, not quite. No ones. Several fours and a couple threes, or 1-3. Now for the home team. Current Kings of the Hill, the 1962 San Francisco Giants. Leading off in left field is Harvey Keene. Batting second, second baseman Chuck Hiller. Batting third, Felipe Alou. He's in right field. Batting fourth, center fielder Willie Mays. Batting fifth, Orlando Cepeda. He's at first. Batting sixth, third baseman Jim Davenport. Batting seventh, Tom Haller. He's behind the plate. Batting eighth, shortstop Jose Pagan. And on the hill and batting ninth is Juan Marichal. 1962, he was 18-11 with a 3.35 ERA, 263 innings pitched. He is a number 4 hitting pitcher. Looks like there's some power on the number 4 hitting pitcher's card, so he gets that inserted into the lineup for him, and we are ready to get underway. So Blasingame steps into the batter's box. Marichal has finished his warm-up tossers. Umpire says play ball, and here's the first pitch. And Blasingame gets a hold of this one. And it's off the wall in center field, and he cruises into second base with a leadoff stand-up double. So Reds in business right off the bat. Blasingame on second with nobody out. Eddie Casco, shortstop, comes to the plate. Pitch from Marichal. And this is trouble. This one's down the left field line. Keene is chasing it down, can't get to it. It rattles around in the corner. Blasingame rounds third, and he scores. It's 1-0. Casco makes the turn at second base and slides in to third with a RBI triple. One fatigue point for Juan Marichal, and it's 1-0 Reds. Not the start the Giants wanted here. Here's Vada Pinson, man on third, nobody out. Pitch. And that's going to score another one. He hits one right up the middle. 3 hits in a row for the Reds, and it is 2-0. And Marichal may not have his stuff today. Gets another fatigue point. There's already some rumblings out there in the Giants bullpen. So man on first, still nobody out. Frank Robinson comes to the plate with the Reds leading 2-0. It's quiet here at Candlestick. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball to second base. It is an X check. Hiller is a 3, and we roll a 12. Looks like that's going to be a fielder's choice. They're going to get Pinson going to second for the first out. And Robinson reaches on the fielder's choice. So Robinson's on first with 1 out. Reds lead 2-0. It's Wally Post. Reds left fielder. Pitch from Marichal. Ground ball to shortstop. It's another X check. Pagan is a 2. And we roll an 18. Probably going to be rolling again. No. They're going to get Pagan over to Hiller to Cepeda for the 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. But the Reds get 2 runs on 3 hits, and after 1/2 inning, it's the Reds 2. The Giants come in the bat. Juan Marichal gets fatigue point number 3. Giants are hoping he can shake off that half inning. All right. Leading off for the Giants here in the bottom of the first is left fielder Harvey Keene. Joey J delivers the pitch. And that's a leadoff single for Keene. Makes the turn, but he's going to hold at first. Man on first, nobody out. For second baseman Chuck Hiller. Keene is not threatening to steal here. There's the pitch. That's a ground ball to short. And that's going to be Casco to Blasingame to Coleman for the 6-4-3 double play. And the Reds erase that runner, and there's 2 outs. Nobody on for Felipe Alou, right fielder for the Giants. Here's the pitch. And that's a strikeout. Got him looking. First strikeout for Jay to end the inning. So after 1 complete, it's the Reds 2, Giants nothing. Joey J gets his first fatigue point. Juan Marichal, who had a rough top of the first, is out here for the top of the second. There is some movement and some action, or at least some movement going on out there in the Giants bullpen, but no one's throwing yet. Well, first batter for the Reds here in the top of the second is Gene Freese. There's the pitch. That's a leadoff single. Marichal struggling early. Man on first, nobody out, and Gordy Coleman to the plate. Pitch from Marichal. That's a fly ball to center field. Sends Willie Mays back near the track. He makes the catch. 1 out. Freese holds at first. That brings up John Edwards. Here's the pitch. And that's a strikeout. Swung through that one. There's 2 away. First strikeout for Marichal. That's going to bring up his counterpart, Joey J. Man on first, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball to first base. It's another X check for the Giants. Cepeda is a 3 and rolls a 14. And he boots that one. Tough when you can't get the pitcher and it's on an error. So he reaches on the E3. First error for the Giants, and it's first and second with 2 outs, and back to the top of the order, and Don Blasingame, who is 1 for 1. Leadoff double and a run scored. Here's the pitch. Yeah, it's a fly ball to center field. And Willie Mays is near the track, makes the catch for the 3rd out. So no runs on 1 hit for the Reds here in the top of the second, and after 1.5, the Reds lead 2-0. Marichal gets his 4th fatigue point. And Joey J's out here for the bottom of the second. Leading off will be the Say Hey Kid. Pitch from Jay. That's a fly ball to deep center field. Veda Pinson's under that at the track near the wall, makes the catch for a long, loud out number 1. That's going to bring up Orlando Cepeda. Pitch from Jay. And that's a 1-out single. Down to third baseline past Coleman. Cepeda makes the turn, but he's going to hold it first. So Cepeda's on first with 1 out, and third baseman Jim Davenport. Here's the pitch from Jay. And that's a ground ball to third baseman Gene Freeze, over to Eddie Casco and to Coleman, and they get him by a step at first base for the 5-4-3 inning-ending double play. Second double play for the Reds in this one. No runs on 1 hit for the Giants, and after 2, it's the Reds 2 and the Giants nothing. Joey J gets fatigue point number 2. And leading off for the Reds here in the top of the third is Eddie Casco. They lead 2-0. Pitch from Marichal. And that is a leadoff single for Eddie Casco. Right up the middle. Makes the turn. Willie Mays gets the ball in quickly. And Casco will hold there at first. So there's a man on first and nobody out for Veda Pinson. Pinson singled his first time up. Here's the pitch. He pops this one. It goes straight up. And Howler's under that, near the Reds' dugout, makes the catch in foul territory for the first out. So, man on first, 1 out. And right fielder Frank Robinson. He reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. Here's the pitch. It's a fly ball to left field. It's an X check. And that's Harvey Keene out there, and he's a 3. We roll an 18. And the X chart's telling me to roll again. Now we roll a 13. And Keene makes a great play out there for out number 2. Casco has to hold. So there's a man on first with 2 away. And left fielder Wally Post. Post hit into a double play his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. And that's a strikeout. Swung right through it. Strikeout number 2 for Marichal. Gets out of the inning. So no runs on 1 hit for the Reds. And after 2.5, the Reds lead 2-0. Marichal gets fatigue point number 5. Joey J, who's at 2 fatigue points. Here in the bottom of the third, he's going to face Tom Howler, Jose Pagan, and Juan Marichal. Here's the pitch to Howler. And that's a strikeout. Strikeout number 2 for Jay. And there's 1 away here in the bottom of the third. Shortstop Jose Pagan. And that's a ground ball to short, and that's going to be Casco over to Coleman for the 6-3 putout, and there are quickly 2 away. Juan Marichal. 2 outs, nobody on. Pitch from Jay. It's a ground ball to second base. It's going to be an X check for Blasingame. He's a 3, and we roll a 7. And he makes a diving stop from his knees. Fires over to Coleman for the out. 4-3 put out. And the Giants go 1-2-3. No runs, no hits. And after 3 complete, it's the Reds 2 and the Giants nothing. Jay picks up fatigue point number 3. And we go to the top of the fourth. Leading off for the Reds will be third baseman Gene Freeze. He's 1 for 1. Here's the pitch. Make that 2 for 2 because he hits one past shortstop Jose Pagan, and it goes into left field, and it's a leadoff single for Freeze. Man on first, nobody out. Here's Gordy Coleman. Coleman's 0 for 1. Pitch from Marichal. And Coleman gets under this one. In foul territory, drifting towards the Giants' dugout. Howler's under it and makes the catch for out number 1. Excuse me. Man on first, 1 out. And John Edwards. Here's the pitch. It's a fly ball to right field. And Frank Robinson is under that, makes the catch. 2 away. Coleman holds at first base. And that's going to bring up Joey J. Pitch from Marichal. And that's a strikeout. Strikeout number 3 for Marichal to end the inning. No runs on 1 hit for the Reds. And after 3.5, the Reds lead 2-0. Marichal picks up fatigue point number 6. As we go to the bottom of the 4th, it's going to be top of the order for the Giants. Harvey Keene. Keene is 1 for 1. Here's the pitch. That's a fly ball to left field. Wally Post is under that. Makes the catch, 1 away. Second baseman, Chuck Hiller. Hiller is 0 for 1, hitting to a double play his first time up. Pitch from Jay. And that's a 1-out single for Hiller. Hits that one past second baseman Don Blasingame. Makes the turn, but he's going to hold it first. So he's on first with 1 out and Felipe Alou. Reds lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch. And that's a strikeout. Strikeout number 3 for Joey J, and there are 2 away. So 2 outs, man on first, and center fielder Willie Mays, who could tie this game with 1 swing. Here's the pitch. But he gets under this one too. This is another one that's going to drift into foul territory. And John Edwards is under that. Makes the catch. And that's it for the Giants here in the bottom of the 4th. So no runs on 1 hit. 4 innings in the books, and it's the Reds 2, Giants 0. Joey J picks up fatigue point number 4. Marichal, who's at 6, is out here for the top of the 5th. His team is trailing 2-0. It's top of the order for the Reds. Don Blasingame. Here's the pitch. He lines that one, but right at Hiller for the first out. So 1 out, nobody on for Eddie Casco. Casco is 2 for 2 with a run scored. Here's the pitch and an RBI. And Casco's going to get on base again with a 1-out single. He's 3 for 3 now. Makes the turn, but he holds at first base. And that brings up Veda Pinson. Pinson is 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. And it's a ground ball to shortstop, Jose Pagan, over to Hiller, who fires over to Cepeda for the 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 man left on base. And after 4.5, it's the Reds 2 and the Giants 0. Marichal, 7 fatigue points. And here in the bottom of the 5th, Joey J is going to face Orlando Cepeda, Jim Davenport, and Howler. Here's the pitch. And that's a strikeout for Jay. And that is strikeout number 4 for the first out here in the bottom of the 5th. So 1 out, nobody on. Jim Davenport comes to the plate. Pitch from Jay. That's a fly ball to left field. Wally Post is under that, makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down. Tom Haller. Haller's 0 for 1. He struck out back in the 3rd. Here's the pitch from Jay. And that's another strikeout. This time he gets him looking for the 3rd out. Strikeout number 5 for Jay. So Giants go 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the 5th. And after 5 innings, it's the Reds 2, the Giants nothing. Joey J picks up fatigue point number 5. Marichal is at 7 fatigue points. And first batter he's going to face is Frank Robinson. Here's the pitch. Robinson gets a hold of this one, and that is going to send Willie Mays back to the track, to the wall. He jumps, but it's way up, out of here, gone. A leadoff solo shot for Frank Robinson. And now the Reds lead 3-0. Marichal gets another fatigue point, and there is some action in the Giants bullpen, and it's Billy Pierce warming up. That one got out of here in a hurry. Mays gave it a shot, but just couldn't get to it. So it's 3-0 for the Reds now here in the top of the 6th. And Wally Post, here's the pitch. And that's another hit. Base hit up the middle. Post makes the turn. He's going to hold there. That brings up Gene Freeze. I mentioned earlier there's a lot of power in this Reds lineup. All right, man on first, nobody out. Reds lead 3-0. Here's the pitch from Marichal. And it's a ground ball to short. And that's going to be Pagan over to Hiller to Cepeda for a 6-4-3 double play for outs 1 and 2. So now the bases are empty. And Gordy Coleman, first baseman for the Reds, comes to the plate. Coleman is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. He is 0 for 2 no longer because he hits one down the right field line, and it's off the wall. Alou is trying to track it down as Coleman around second, and he's going to slide into third with a 2-out triple. Second triple of the game for the Reds. So Coleman's on third with 2 outs. Reds lead 3-0. And here's the pitch from Marichal. And Edwards gets under this one. And his counterpart Haller is under it. Makes the catch in foul territory. And that's it for the Reds. But they pick up another run on Frank Robinson's leadoff blast. So that's 1 run on 2 hits. Or excuse me, 3 hits. And after 5.5, it's the Reds 3, Giants nothing. Joey J out here for the bottom of the 6th. It's going to be Jose Pagan, the pitcher's spot. And then back to the top of the order and Harvey Keene. Here's the pitch from Jay. And Pagan lines that, but right at Gene Freeze. And there's 1 away. Okay, so the day is over for Juan Marichal. Willie McCovey's going to pinch hit for him. And Billy Pierce will be the pitcher for the Giants in the top of the 7th. Covey's out here to see if he can get something going. Pitch from Joey J. It's a ground ball to shortstop, and it's an X check. Eddie Casco's a 2, and we roll a 16. Nice play by Casco. Fires over to Gordy Coleman for out number 2, 6-3 put out. And there are 2 away. As we go back to the top of the order here for the Giants and Harvey Keene. Keene is 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. Low and outside, and that's a walk. First walk of the game for Jay. So Keene trots down to first base with 2 outs. And that brings up second baseman Chuck Hiller. Hiller's 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. And it's a fly ball. He gets under this one. Goes to center field. Veda Pinson's under that. Makes the catch for out number 3. So the Giants go 1, 2, 3 here in the bottom of the 6th. And after 6 innings, it's the Reds 3 and the Giants nothing. And Joey J gets fatigue point number 6. As mentioned, Juan Marichal's day is done. New pitcher for the Giants is Billy Pierce. In 1962, he was 16-6 with a 3.5 ERA and 162 innings pitched. And he is going to face Joey J first. Let me get him into the lineup here. All right. It's a pitch from Pierce. That's a fly ball to right field. And Frank Robinson is under that, makes the catch, 1 away. Whoops, wrong column. 1 away. Back to the top of the order and Don Blasingame. Here's the pitch. That's a ground ball to second baseman Hiller over to Cepeda for out number 2. So 2 outs, nobody on. Eddie Casco. Casco is 3 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Here's the pitch. He gets under this one. It's going to stay in the infield. And Orlando Cepeda is going to make that catch near the bag for out number 3. So the Reds go 1, 2, 3 in the top of the 7th. And as we stretch them, the Reds lead 3-0. Billy Pierce picks up his first fatigue point. Joey J here in the bottom of the 7th. First batter he's going to face is Chuck Hiller. All right, here's the pitch. That's a fly ball to right field. Frank Robinson's under that, makes the catch. And there's 1 away. So 1 out, nobody on. Felipe Alou, the next batter for the Giants. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Here's the pitch. And that is a 1-out single. So Alou's on first base with 1 out, and Willie Mays comes to the plate. Giants are trailing 3-0. Pitch from Jay. And it's a ground ball to shortstop. Eddie Casco over to Don Blasingame and to Gordy Coleman, excuse me, for the 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. Giants have been showing, the Reds, although not known for their defense, have been showing it in this game. So no runs on 1 hit. And after 7, it's the Reds 3 and the Giants nothing. Joey J gets fatigue point number 7. Billy Pierce, top of the 8th. Veda Pinson, the first batter he's going to face. Pitch from Pierce. It's a fly ball to center field. So next check for Willie Mays. He's a 1, and we roll an 11. And Mays makes a diving catch out there in center field for the first out. So 1 out, nobody on for Frank Robinson. Robinson hit a blast his last time up to make this a 3-0 game. Here's the pitch. This time he hits a fly ball to deep left field. Excuse me. And Harvey Keene at the track, back to the wall, makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down for the Reds. And that'll bring up left fielder Wally Post. Here's the pitch from Billy Pierce. It's a ground ball to second base. It's going to be an X check for Hiller. He's a 3. We roll 17. And we got to roll again. We roll a 4. And a nice play by Hiller. Over to Cepeda for the 4-3 putout. And the Giants go, or excuse me, the Reds go 1, 2, 3 in the top of the 8th. So after 7.5, it's the Reds 3 and the Giants nothing. Billy Pierce picks up fatigue point number 2. The Giants need to get something going here. They're running out of time. It's the bottom of the 8th. They trail 3-0. And Orlando Cepeda will lead it off. Pitch from Jay. It's a fly ball to center field. And that sends Veda Pinson back to the track. And he makes the catch, 1 away. Brings up third baseman Jim Davenport. Davenport's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. And Davenport gets a hold of this one. And that sends Wally Post back to the wall. It's way up out of here. Gone. And the Giants are on the board on Jim Davenport's solo shot here in the bottom of the 8th. And it is now 3-1 in favor of the Reds. Joey J picks up fatigue point number 8. And that brings up Tom Haller. That gets a rise out of the faithful here at Candlestick. And here's the pitch. And this is a ground ball to second baseman Don Blasingame. Over to Gordy Coleman for the second out. So 2 outs, nobody on. Reds are leading 3-1. And Jose Pagan. It's a pitch from Jay. That's a ground ball to shortstop. Casco over to Coleman. 6-3 put out to end the inning. But the Giants get on the board, 1 run on 1 hit, and after 8 innings of play, it's the Reds 3 and the Giants 1. Joey J picks up fatigue point number 9. Billy Pierce is going to face Gene Freeze, Gordy Coleman, and John Edwards here in the top of the 9th. Here's the pitch. And Freeze gets under this one. Cepeda calling everyone off and makes the catch over at first base. And there's 1 away. Here's Gordy Coleman. Coleman's 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. And that's a strikeout. First strikeout for Billy Pierce. And there are 2 away. 2 outs, nobody on for John Edwards, Reds catcher. Edwards is 0 for 3. Here's the pitch. And that's a strikeout. 2 strikeouts this inning for Billy Pierce. And the Reds go 1, 2, 3. So after 8.5, it's the Reds 3, Giants 1. This is Joey J's game to win or lose. And there's going to be a pinch hitter for the Giants here. Also, the Reds are getting Bill Henry up to warm up in case Jay needs some help. And Matty Alou is going to come to the plate for the Giants and pinch hit for Billy Pierce. They trail 3-1. And Stu Miller will be warming up for the Giants in case this goes to extra innings. All right, so it's Matty Alou. Joey J going for the complete game here. Here's the pitch. It's low and outside, and it's a leadoff walk. So Alou trots down to first base. And we're back to the top of the order here for the Giants. Tying run comes to the plate. Here's the pitch to Harvey Keene. Way outside. Another walk. Tying run is now on base. And a visit to the mound to see if Jay's okay. Winning run is coming to the plate, and Chuck Hiller. There's nobody out. Stu Miller's not quite ready. This will probably be Jay's last batter. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball back to Jay. He tosses to Casco at second. They get the force on Keene for the first out. And they get Hiller at first base on the 1-6-3 double play. That allows Matty Alou to move to third base. So he's on third with 2 outs. And Felipe Alou is the last chance for the Giants. He can tie it up to one swing. He had 25 homers in 1962. Here's the pitch from Jay. And he strikes him out to end the game. He gets him looking. And the Giants tumble on Joey Jay's complete game performance. That's the 6th strikeout for Jay. No runs on no hits for the Giants here in the bottom of the 9th. And the Reds win this one 3-1. Let's get some totals for you. All right, the Reds, 3 runs on 2 hits. Am I reading that right? No, that can't be correct. There's a hit there. Excuse me. 3, 4, 10 hits. That's more like it. No errors. The Giants 1 run on 5 hits. And they committed 1 error. The winning pitcher, Joey Jay, complete game. Gave up 1 run. And the loss goes to Juan Marichal. So, the Giants fall to the bottom of the hill. Cincinnati gets their 8th win. And they will take on the 1950 Yankees in Game 60 of the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Oldtimer Kings King of the Hill tournament. If you hung out with me tonight, or whenever you're watching this, I appreciate it. If you stuck to the end, I admire your patience and hope to see you again when I come back with another video in the near future. And until then, take care.